First of all, when working for a repair cafe, I found some apparatus which contains an mb10f. I did not know what it was. I looked it up. It's a kind of rectifier for the 230 volt or up to 800 volt. And I want to investigate how it behaves. So I made my Lego setup. This is the chip, it's just glued on the plastic border. And I can move this up and then use a temperature sensor, which I got from some apparatus what was defective, air fryer, and I want to do some investigation. I dismantled this temperature sensor from some air fryer and I want to know which type it is. It is not documented anyway, so I'm gonna boil water and measure the resistance. Start boiling. My temperature sensor, I don't know if you can read it, but it says it's 18 degrees Celsius here in the room, and the resistance is about 140 kilo ohm. Almost ready to cook. It will cut off automatically, and then we measure the resistance of the multimeter. Well, we wait a moment. It seems it doesn't stop, maybe because the lid is not closed, but we can take it inside. And I measure 5.0 key, about 5.4, 5.6, but 5.0 was the lowest temperature I measured. I think it will not stop boiling because the lid is not closed. If I measure it again, start stopping the boiling process. It stays around 6.36 kilo ohm. So I think this is the final value we should talk about, 6.33 kilo ohm. So I give those 2 points, temperature measurements, to JetGPT 4.0, and it comes with an approximation of the temperature measured from the resistance of the sensor. This is my experiment. I use these Lego parts. You just can build all kinds of interfaces without using screws. You just connect them with those blue and black pins. I've made this, it's not straight because otherwise the holes do not match. There's a small light bulb. This is the mb10f rectifier. Can handle up to 800 volt or something like that. I have a temperature sensor dismantled from some defective air fryer. And I want to know what temperature, what current is needed. I measured the current, the resistance of the sensor. In my living room, 18 degrees Celsius, it was about 140 K, and in boiling water it's about 6.35 K. I put it in JetGPT. He comes out with a formula, and now I'll just start the system. It's on, it's 0 volts. It's 126K. The current measurement is done by this multimeter. It has no standard behind it, so it always flips down. So I tied it with a reusable tie wrap to the other multimeter. First of all, I will have a little power, 12 volt, see if something happens. It's about 20 milliamps now using. Nothing to see on the lamp. We go to up, make about 33 volt. It's about 30 milliamps. The measurement of the current is the front multimeter, and the other is the resistance meter. And you see, oh, he's glowing. He's glowing with 30 milliamps, and the temperature is 125 kiloohm, the measurement. When it's 100 degrees, it's about 6K, so we can upgrade the voltage. We just look at the current. Voltage is now 62 volts. 40 milliamps, still cold. So we can go to 100 volts. Well, it's now 100 volts according the variac. 60 milliamps, still not heating up. I'm just curious in what temperature it is damaged. I will not damage it. So 99, sorry. Specifications are 800 milliamps, 0.8 amps. Look, it's bright now, 152 volts. You see the resistance is dropping because it's heating up. Maybe we can screw it up a little bit. Look, it's very bright now. It's 1.8, 1.9. We go to 100 milliamps, 230 volts. So this is a DC current. I must be without any capacitors or whatever, unfiltered. 230 volt, 330. Full system. But still, it's now 1.8 milliamps. You see that it's heating up. But I'm very surprised that this simple rectifier can do without any artificial heat control. It's just glued on some plastic with the temperature sensor about it. It's 100. It's dropping, that meaning the temperature is going up. The resistance is dropping. But we will stop here and do another experiment. The variac is now 300 volt, 120 milliamps, and it's very, very bright. It won't live long, I think, this bulb. But I'm surprised that without cooling, it's not getting that hot. 106 kiloohm. I will ask JetGPT what temperature it is. It's still rising. Okay, we will drop it down to 230 volt. So I ask JetGPT if the resistance is 102K. 102K. What is R? Or what is the temperature? Then he calculates it for me. It's very nice, that JetGPT. You don't have to analyze the functions itself. You just ask JetGPT. And he says the temperature is 25 degrees Celsius. That's unbelievable. It means if the measurement it's not that accurate, but it's hardly heating up while the bulb is still burning at 230 volts and 100 milliamps. It's about 10 minutes later, 230 volt, still 100 milliamps, still shining light, 89, 98 kilo ohm. I ask ChatGPT, it says it's about 26 degrees Celsius. I will do another experiment with a more powerful bulb, light bulb. Well, here's a new experiment. I created this installation. This plastic plate is glued onto that square, Lego square, and that square is by two others mounted on this bottom square. Only when it's not straight, then it fits the holes compared to the holes, the Lego holes compared to the board holes. And this bulb will take more energy. It's very stiff. The Lego construction is very stiff. You can just dismantle it anyway. You can set up new interfaces. That's what I like about this Lego stuff. Here's my installation with the temperature sensor. Now let's start up a little bit with 120 milliamps. You see a little glow. Go on to 200 milliamps. I will try 200 milliamps. 140 volts, 200 milliamps. 111, it's going down. But around 95, it's 20 degrees, 25 degrees Celsius, I know by heart now. Okay, let's draw it up, look at the current. It's getting brighter. Let's go to 300 milliamps. Excuse me. 95, it goes up, 240 volts. It's going down, and you can just wait until it stabilizes, but I'll make another video. Now a minute going on, it's 75 kilo ohm, it's going down. I just go to ChatGPT and I say R is 75,000. He's analyzing it. I asked him before. He just answers, it is about 31 degrees Celsius, 32. Still going up, down, temperature up, resistance down. I'll wait until it is stabilized. The datasheet says the operating junction and storage temperature is minus 55 to plus 150 degrees. It's now about 49 K and going up, so it's cooling down, about stabilizing about 50 K. I ask ChatGPT, message to ChatGPT, R is 50,000. ChatGPT knows the context, so you don't have to explain anymore. It's 41 degrees Celsius, about 50 K. It's stable about 41 degrees, which is not very hot. Amazing. Again, the light bulb is glowing bright. Input volt is 240 volt AC. DC current is 300 milliamps, 0.293, and it still works. I simply set the variac to its maximum, 300 volt, 309. The current is 340 milliamps. the light is very, very bright, and the temperature sensor resistance value is 55. After a few minutes, with the variac on its maximum of 300 volt, the current is on the black multimeter 0.34 is 340 milliamps. The resistance in the yellow multimeter is 45K. That is the resistance of the temperature sensor. The light is very, very bright, and I want to know what temperature is the sensor on when its value is 44K. As ChatGPT is knowing the context, I can say R is, what did I say, 44K, 44K. And he will come and answer, the temperature is 44 degrees Celsius. Again, so it's amazing at 44 degrees that the device does not need any cooling system. I set the variac to its maximum of 300 volts AC. The lower multimeter shows 330 milliamps. The resistance of the temperature sensor is not really stabilized, but it's around 42K kilo ohms, and the light bulb is shining very bright. But look at the multimeter, the back multimeter. This shows the resistance of the temperature sensor. If I just do this, you see it's going up, it's cooling. It's so sensitive. And if I blow, you can see how a little bit airflow can reduce temperature of this device. Interesting. As I'm interested in Lego, not by itself, but to combine it with those breadboards or whatever you call it. And the temperature sensor is just this one, and I found this fits very well, and this one is on top of the chip. I put it in here, it fits there, and it's a very nice solution, I think. If you want to know more about all kinds of Lego constructions in combination with those boards, I'll intending to create a future video. Hello everybody, thanks for listening and viewing this video. See you next time.